This is a question I get a lot of what can you do if parental alienation is happening to you? There are some tips I can give, but you ultimately, you are the only one that knows your situation with your child. You are the only one that knows your child, and you are the only one that will know which is going to work for you and which isn't, because these are kind of like a universal kind of advice thing. So not all these will work for you, but pick and choose because you're the only one that knows your situation. So my first tip is, if you are experiencing parental alienation, you are probably being accused of pretty heinous things. My advice would be the opposite of what they're saying about you. If they're saying you're being erratic or crazy, be very calm. If they are giving the child the impression that you are a danger, don't be a danger, obviously, but make it a soft, loving environment when your child visits with you. If you're experiencing a little bit more severe alienation and you have not as much contact with your child, like you're not getting as much as your parenting time, all that, my next piece of advice would be to never stop reaching out to your child. Whether that's a card in the mail or a text or an email or whatever it is, always reach out to your child and let them know that you love them and you're always there for them. My next piece of advice is never involve the child in anything that's going on with you and your ex. Never ever bring a child into the situation. If the ex is bad-mouthing you to the child, don't do that to them either. So you want to be the complete opposite. You want to be that safe, warm, loving environment for that child. My next piece of advice is document. Document. Even if you think it's not important, document it. Now, I will say about 85 to 90% of the things that you document are not going to be used in court, but you never know. You don't know what your attorney's going to want to use and what not want to use. So document everything. If that's, that your ex isn't letting you see the child, if your ex is denying phone calls, anything your child might say to you that, they heard from the other parent, document it. Everything. Document everything you possibly can, and then you're going to want to take that to your attorney. Another piece of documentation that you want to make sure you do is anything with school related or medical, anything like that. Maybe you're not on emergency contact forms. Document that. Maybe your ex is doing, taking your kids to the doctor and you don't know, or anything you possibly can think of with your child and your ex, document it. Document how many nights you are getting, overnights, like parenting time. Make sure you schedule or write down the days and the times. If your ex is trying to slowly take that away from you, make sure you document that. It's so crucial. And any text messages between the two of you, emails, document. And the last piece of advice, don't do phone calls with your ex. Do a text. Never do phone calls, because on text you can show that in court. Phone calls, it's just hearsay.